My name is Bob, and here to give you some tech tips on using your device. And today I'd like to talk about the camera. There's a lot of different features that are built into our cameras, and they take some amazing photos for us. And we can shoot a lot of photos out there and don't have to worry about film or don't have to worry about getting them developed. And we have instant access to those pictures that we took, and we can share them with other ones instantaneously, which is pretty remarkable. So let's open up the camera app here. And when we open up the camera app, we'll see that we have down at the bottom a lot of different features. Now I have the camera setting on a table, so you're not really going to see anything. So let me go all the way over to the left here, and let's talk about these features right here. One of the first features you might see going from left to right is the time lapse. This is pretty cool when you have, like, you know the leaves are going to be falling, or you know that the snow is going to be falling. It's set up the time lapse over, say, a 2-hour period or a 3-hour period, and saying, I want to take a picture once a minute over that time period. And then when you get all done, you can go and take that, capture all those images that you took once a minute over the course of 3 hours, and then play it back as a continuous. And it's pretty cool to watch the snow build up or the leaves fall onto the grass. So that's a nice way to take some time lapse. The next feature that you have is called SLO-MO. And what happens, let's say, for example, you have your pet and you want to capture your pet jumping up onto the couch. And so the pet is running towards you. You capture that moment when they're leaping up onto the couch. Well, then what you can do is you can go into your edit and say exactly where would you like that segment to be in slow motion. And so you can make that adjustment. The pet is running very rapidly towards the couch, and just before it starts leaping, you said, that's where I want it to start in the slow motion portion, and it will take that and slow that down and watch as the pet jumps up onto the couch. And as soon as the pet lands on the couch, then that's where you ended the slow motion, and it then goes back to the rapid real time of the pet jumping on the couch. Now what's cool about that is it produces some really dramatic effect of the pet running towards you, and then as it's jumping, it moves into that slow motion profile, and then it finishes off with a really fast finish on the couch itself. So a nice feature to be able to look at. The cinematic is rather a new feature that's starting to be put into these cameras. You'll see when you're watching the movies where they'll have a focus on one person, and then you'll see the camera blur the one person that was in focus and begin to bring into focus a second person that's further away. And they might have 1 or 2 lines that they say, and it's all captured in focus, and then they bring the camera back to the original person back in focus. And now you can start doing that with these cameras that you hold in your hands, and that's called the cinematic mode. The video mode is what most of us will be using when we're taking regular videos, and it's, again, we can capture it in the portrait mode, which would be the vertical, or we can turn our cameras 90 degrees and capture it in the horizontal. It also has zoom features, and you can, everyone's different, but you can have where you can zoom the camera and look at up close or look far away, which is really a neat feature to be able to have there. Photo, that's a good one if you're just taking still photos. The same thing applies there as far as zooming. You have a zoom feature so that you can zoom in, get real close, or get real far away. It's a nice feature to be able to have to capture just exactly what it is that you want in your photo. The portrait mode brings up some interesting effects because now you have what is known as bokeh, which means your background is blurred. So for instance, you're taking a picture of someone and you want the background blurred. Let's say you're in the woods over in the Cascades and you want to take a picture, someone standing on a bridge or a rock or something like that. And with this portrait mode, you can blur the background, and it produces some stunning photos that look very, very professional. And finally, you have the panoramic view, and you just follow the arrow as you're panning. And that way you can take a picture, particularly like in the springtime with the rainbows. It's absolutely gorgeous to be able to do a panoramic view of the rainbow and have it all captured at once into your photo. So look at the features in your camera and look at all the different options that you have. And remember that once you take the photo, There's a whole slew of options that you have available to edit that photo.